Hi, I'm Chandler, and I'm creating my life journey in video form for my family and friends to watch once I'm gone. And I'm calling it My Legacy. So this is video number 2. And so I'll summarize the last video, and I'll do this for each video. Each video, I'll just summarize the previous video before beginning that video. I was born and raised on Guam, and in 1962, Typhoon Karen wreaked havoc on Guam. Our house was destroyed, so we moved to Jonestown, Tamuning, where my uncle Katie, that is Ken Jones, he was building a housing development. So we moved a couple of times within Jonestown and finally ended up in a street called Jones Circle. In Jones Circle, Uncle Katie and his brothers lived at the end of the cul-de-sac. Our house was located at the beginning. I was about 6 at the time and would live there until I graduate from high school and join the Army. Life on Jones Circle was good. I had a lot of friends. The Revelos lived across the street. The Benitos lived around the corner. And the Diazes lived behind us. So one day, me and a couple of friends, we were playing in an area where we probably shouldn't have been. This area had a bunch of really big boulders, probably put there while they were developing the housing area. My friends and I were playing war, like cops and robbers, cowboys and Indians. We were just playing war, them against me. I remember jumping on top of one of the boulders. The boulder began to move, which made me lean backwards, and I fell to the ground. The boulder rolled on top of me, and I remembered trying with everything that I had in me to push that boulder off of me, but it was not budging. I remember telling myself, I'm dead, I'm dead, and the lights went out. It was interesting that I didn't feel any pain other than the pressure of the boulder was causing as it sat on my upper body. A darkness came over me. It was so dark, just pure blackness or emptiness, something I never experienced before. I couldn't see anything. I remember squatting down and looking around to try to see something. But nothing. There was nothing there. And I kept asking myself, where am I? Where am I? Is this my punishment for playing in an area where I shouldn't have been? Meanwhile, my friends saw what happened and they rushed to tell their parents. They kept saying, Bobby, that's my nickname, Bobby got stuck under the rock, which obviously most of them couldn't understand what they were saying. Remember, we were around 7 years old at the time. But at some point, they understood and everybody rushed to my location. And after evaluating my situation, they decided that trying to move the boulder would cause more harm. There was a rock, a little larger than my head, that was keeping the boulder from rolling onto my head. What they needed was a crane or a backhoe, something that they could lift the rock up. Because they were still developing the housing area, there was one available. And after searching for the driver, and then the driver searching and trying to find his keys, they hooked up some straps and they lifted the boulder and pulled me out from underneath. The ambulance was there and it was just waiting on me. I would be in the hospital for 3 weeks as they ran more tests, but it seemed like the only damage that it done was fractured some ribs. People kept saying, oh, that was a miracle that you didn't die. I remember looking out of the window from the Guam Memorial Hospital We were facing Ipoh Beach, and I kept saying to myself, I gotta get out of here. I was homesick. In 3 weeks, I was released and I was allowed to go home. Mom and Dad kept saying, take it easy, take it slow. Did I listen to them? No. I was out the door, visiting with all my friends. I still relive that day. Sometimes I have nightmares about it. And I keep wondering, what was it all about? Was I supposed to learn some lesson? Well, what lesson? Well, I would soon find out because I would have another incident that would paralyze me from the waist down. And that's really interesting. So you're going to want to subscribe so that you'll hear that next story. Chandler's Retirement Live. It's a good life. See you.